Good afternoon. This is Hilda Ward, and this is Artistic Expressions. And I am so happy to have Jarrett Battle, Jeffrey Battle, and Dale Sanford.
Dale Woodson.
Dale Woodson. Sanford
Dale
Woodson.
Yeah.
All right, we got it.
I like Sanford and
Stanford and Son? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes. And I'm so happy to have you guys on my show. And we've been talking about this for a while, so I'm kind of glad to have you.
Yeah.
And how long have you guys been together?
Well, we recently met up. I was working a full-time job. We met up, and I met Dale Woodson, and we came up with this idea to talk about. I was showing him my comic thing I was doing. I wanted him to help me with it, and then I showed him my brothers, and he helped us with it.
All right.
Then we just got a place and just did it.
That's great. That's great. So you've been doing this for a while, then?
Yes, a while. Ever since we were 8 or 9, we've been doing this.
Oh my goodness. That's a gift. That's
Yes.
a gift, you know. My middle daughter is an artist, and she pushes it to the edge. She does graphic arts, and since she was about 4 years old, I knew immediately that's what you wanted to do.
Yes.
So it happens like that. And so, have you been happy doing it?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I've been happy, and we've been happy doing it.
Uh-huh.
We had every time you draw a comic slide, it's like a life thing. You have to really see something in life and
Right.
just put it in use to your head in order to draw it.
That's great. That's great. That's great. And did you get encouraged by him, or you both wanted it at the same time?
Actually, that's a funny question.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
As a matter of fact, I was influenced by quite a few people, actually.
Okay. Can you tell me who?
Jeff, my brother for starters,
Uh-huh.
then my father, then Eminem, then my sisters.
Oh my goodness.
and
got a lot of influence,
Oh,
right.
yes, obviously. I'm a
Right.
big music fan. I mean, I enjoy the arts, so art's always been my favorite thing. So.
Great, great. So you didn't bring any of your artwork with you. So you told me that you're going to do some drawing on the set.
And as
Yes.
a matter of fact, we have brought our artwork. We have brought our brain.
All right.
And our
Sounds
brain
good
is
to me.
important.
Another pen.
Yes,
And the
that's
pen, you
right.
need the pen. And you also need these things we call hands and fingers.
Yes, indeed. They're important. They're important.
So today, what we are going to do while on the set is
Uh-huh.
talk a bit about our art
Yes.
and a bit about us.
Okay.
And a bit about you, viewers. 'Cause you know you hate us.
So tell me about your art first.
Should I just start with? All right, okay. So our art is my art is basically like anime.
Okay.
I do the whole Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I do all of that. Mixed with a bit of the cartoonish flair with the Ed Ed. You don't do that. No, the Ed Ed thing. So we do the Ed. Jeffrey does the Ed Ed and everything. with the
Yeah,
cartoon.
my cartoon. The title of my book is called Tapxe Time because of how the artwork looks and how it's colored.
Oh, okay.
And we do three books separate. I do 3 books separate, and he does 3 books separate,
All
and then
right.
we combine our characters together.
So how long does it take you to get a book together?
Oh,
I mean,
man.
Not
Takes
very
us-
long.
it's not very long, but like
I like to correct that. It takes us about 2 weeks of my time.
No,
2
it-
weeks. I could be playing a video game. It takes me 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
well, you can kind of get stuck in a writer's block. Like it's kind of hard, writing comic books because when you want to do them and you show them off to everybody, they don't really feel your point of view. We've been stuck on a bullying subject for a while.
And that's a biggie in school.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really a biggie, and
Yeah.
people just don't understand.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to express your drawing, and it's kind of like you're stuck in that writer's block where you want to do it, but
Right.
you want to keep going on.
But it sounds like you've been encouraged by your family.
Oh,
Yeah, we've been very encouraged by our family. In
That's
fact,
great.
yeah.
I mean, like, looking at role models, I really can't see anybody else. Like my dad, my stepmom probably, and my grandparents
Okay.
in
Good.
Maryland,
All right.
and Richmond.
Okay.
But anyway, so those are some of my huge influences. And my sister, who happens to be a singer, she pushes me a bit.
Great.
So, and of course, Dale the Funky Homo Sapien.
So, Dale,
Who's a rapper.
what's your connection?
Check him out.
Yeah.
What's your connection, Dale?
Yeah, it was, well, as you were saying earlier, I guess it was, when was it? About June or so?
Yeah, it was June.
It was about June that we just happened to work in the same job. And so I was just working there at Vanderlyn Recycling, and this young, weird kid starts working there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who's this guy? I don't know. So
Funny, because that's exactly what they said my first day of school. Which reminds me of this time that I said I saw a duck, but I didn't. That was...
You all are drawing. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I want you to do. I got to see something.
Of course, obviously. Stand down here.
So Dale, I was asking you. So you met him on the job, and
just like basically, he talked about like he drew comics. And of course, originally I was like, yeah, he's around comics. He's probably not very good. But then he actually brings them, and they actually are really good.
right, yeah,
And then from then on, we just became friends and hung out some. And
great.
then we got a place together up here in Charlottesville. And since then, we've both changed jobs from that. But so we're working on. They do the drawing, and then I do the scanning in and computer work, cleaning it up to get it ready for
That's
publishing.
Awesome. Very
Yeah,
good.
some of my biggest influences. I mean, like, as Jarrett was saying, you know, my biggest influences was old cartoon shows. Like shows from the '90s, shows like Hey Arnold or Powerpuff Girls, shows like that. It just made me want. It just made me want to do keep continuing drawing because I would watch those and I would be like, man, I love the '90s. You know, that's why I would do this.
That's great. That's
I thought I would have been an influence, man. You know that hurts me.
Oh, sorry, you do one of the influences.
You influence each other, right?
Yes.
They
basically
sometimes
each
have a
other.
little
Yes.
battling of
I think so.
drawing.
I
I'm
get
sure you can
that
tell
feeling.
yeah.
I get that feeling. So it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Yes.
My frog is the right one. No, it's not.
While they're both doing the comics, you think, okay, maybe they're going to look the same, but they're actually incredibly different.
Different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because one is like, as you're saying, with anime, but it's not really anime. It's like anime, but Americanized kind of. Like
Have you ever
it's
seen
very unique.
Have you ever seen a Gorillaz album?
Yeah, maybe kind of Gorillaz album-ish.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does look like that.
Yeah,
All
and then his
right.
is more on the like cartoon level.
Right.
So.
And where did this come from? I mean,
This
how
came from
It's-
my father, as Luke Skywalker would have said, but no, wait, he didn't say that. Darth Vader said, my fault. That came from my dad. He's very artistic.
All
and,
right.
I mean, I saw him. Did I see him draw?
Yes, you saw him draw it.
Yeah, I saw him draw a couple of things in my short little lifetime. But as I would have saw my dad draw this. It was Nightwalker. I forgot what it was, but it was this little picture he drew with the little, the eyeball. Yeah, the eyeballs. It was green. So.
Well, you're saying that your dad was an influence and that he's an artist.
Yeah.
And that sounds wonderful because I write poetry, and my youngest daughter and my granddaughter both write poetry. So it's like 3 generations that we do it, but our styles are very different. But,
yes.
Yeah, and the thing is, I noticed that you two, even though you're brothers, your styles are different.
Yes,
To
And
the
that's
highest-
to the
really-
highest degree.
Yeah, and
You won't
that's
admit
really
it,
amazing. That's
But
amazing.
anime is the stuff.
Cartoons are better, man.
So yeah, absolutely no.
Competition
no
all the way.
No, not at all.
So,
How many hours a day do you spend doing cartoons?
Well, it depends.
It depends on how I'm feeling. If
We
you
really-
sort of like, I mean, yeah, it depends on entirely how we're feeling. If I had a great day, count on my picture to look like the Mona Lisa or something. If I had a bad day, still count on it to look like that.
Oh, excuse me. And how about
So-
you?
I mean, I work on it, but we might have other stuff to work on.
Right.
But I still work on my comic book, and the way I do it, I look in every single life situation there was, and I would just change it in my view, in my
Right.
point of view, where it's like, oh, that's funny.
Can I give you? Can I give you a situation and you tell me what you would draw for that?
Okay.
Okay. How about my being a cheerleader in high school?
Then I would draw a jock
Uh-huh.
cheerleading, and one of the characters off my book that are try to talk to that jock, but get turned down.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah.
A cheerleader in high school?
I was a cheerleader in high school.
We actually have.
That's kind of surprising.
It was
Maybe not.
wonderful. I had so much fun being
That's
a cheerleader. And my girlfriend and I were the first black female cheerleaders in high school.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, that was way back
How far back was that? exactly?
in the 50s.
Oh, wow. That's
Oh,
cool.
that was like, wasn't that right around the time of, like, one of the darkest points of because of the segregation thing?
Oh, well, I was
1950s?
raised in Connecticut, so I didn't deal with segregation.
Yeah.
I wish I grew up in Connecticut. No,
Well,
I'm
you know, I'm not saying that I didn't deal with it, but it wasn't as obvious as it is here in the South. There were times when you say to yourself, well, now, is this because I am,
Yes.
you know, African American or whatever? So
I still like that now, kind of.
Yeah.
Still,
yeah.
you still get that same thing.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
you
just
do.
one
you
scene
do.
off a scary movie. I saw
Yeah.
that.
So I'm going to ask you, Jeffrey,
Yes.
not Jeffrey, I'm sorry, Jared. I'm
Yes.
going to ask you, if I wanted you to do a cartoon about me, let's see, being a nurse, how would you draw me?
Well, first, I would think of the thing I hate, and that's shots.
Okay, okay.
So,
All right. That's a good
I
one.
would
Yep.
then begin to put my pen on the page and
Uh-huh.
think, I hate hospitals and nurses.
Oh, you hate nurses?
No, I don't hate nurses. I dislike nurses.
Okay.
You can't hate anybody. So what I do is I'll just like apply my pen to the page
Okay.
and think nurses usually carry shots,
Uh-huh.
those little med kit things they got in shots.
Right.
So I would
I think
probably
Jared likes
draw.
shots a lot, it sounds like now.
No. So
No,
I would
I'm
draw.
joking.
So I would draw like probably an interpretation of a hospital room and a nurse
Right.
carrying a shot
Okay.
because nurses carry shots.
Well, they do more than that.
that's okay. No.
But when you say that, that's one of the things that I did when I was married and I wanted a job where my kids were in school. I started being an IV nurse. That meant that all I did was start the intravenous in the veins.
What are intravenous's?
In the
Oh, just
vein.
IV.
IV. Yes, and so I would be, patients would tease me and call me the vampire.
Nice.
Exactly.
So,
No, 'cause-
but you know, it's a necessary thing. But nurses do other things. I loved being able to be with patients and especially with little ones, you know.
Definitely.
And here is a copy of my Capsule Time drawing, one of the main characters.
Oh, okay. Let's see if we can get it up on
We will. As soon
screen.
as. Right here.
Okay, let's see if we can get it on the screen. I don't know with the
This is
black and white.
one of my characters off of Capsule Time right here. This is the main character
Oh, okay.
of the
All
book.
right. What's your main character's name?
His name is Sid,
Sid. All
but
right.
his name is Sydney, but short for Sid. But his book has his main character of the book is called Sid. Mine is called Sydney.
But it looks like a dog.
No,
Is
that's the logo of our.
Yeah, that's Sydney.
Okay.
That's the logo?
Very good. But it looks like a human being also.
Yeah, I mean this guy right here is a human being,
Uh-huh.
and
He just has long. He just has
He has-
he
dreads.
has long hair. He just has
Ah,
dreads.
that's
It's
okay.
like 3 dreads,
okay.
but in real life you wouldn't look like that with 3 dreads.
Okay.
That's down your
Okay.
hair.
All right. That's interesting. I love it. And you did that in what, 5 or 10 minutes, right?
Something like
Yeah.
that.
And that will
Yeah.
be done in 20, 30 minutes. So.
Okay.
He won't.
Well, you got to be done before the show is over, so
Oh,
we
he
can
will be.
show it.
Well,
Yes,
obviously,
you
I'll
really
be
do.
done before then.
Okay.
It'll just take me
Now,
about 30, 40.
let me ask you this. You said that you go to school at night.
Yes.
Okay. And you go to school where in Charlottesville?
Albemarle.
Oh, we talking about
Albemarle?
me?
Yes.
Oh, all right. I go to school at Albemarle
Albemarle High School?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And where did you go to school?
I go to school at Albemarle High School. I still go there. I go
but you
there
go
at night.
nights.
Yes,
Ah, okay, great.
currently working and
yeah.
caught up in doing our TV show and
Right,
everything.
right.
It's hard out there, you know.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't just come easy. You know, a lot of people want to get out there and say, "Oh, I want to do this." Well, you really got to apply to it.
Absolutely.
Like,
I agree.
It takes like
A lot of time.
It takes time.
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You really got to put into it.
Yeah. And Dale,
Mm-hmm.
where did you go to school? Because I know you're out.
Yeah. Well, I went to school in. I I went to Fluvanna High School
Okay.
and graduated there in 04.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
And then I went to UVA and graduated 08.
Ah, very good. Well, I taught at UVA.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I helped with the multicultural class.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So when we were talking earlier, you said you came from Chile?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, my parents are missionaries, and so
Okay.
I was born in Chile and actually a dual citizen
Right.
there and here.
Excellent.
And then lived there for a few years, then moved to Mexico,
Mm.
and then came back to the U.S. when I was about 12 or so.
Wow. So you've traveled.
So, yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
Uh-huh. And you too, you said you're not originally from Charlottesville.
No, we're not from Charlottesville. We're actually from Chesterfield, Virginia.
Uh-huh. And
We
how
live-
far is that from here?
I don't know, probably 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. Give it a take.
Going
And again,
south?
No,
again, I wish I was from Connecticut.
We had this like drawing thing since we were like kids. We would always he would always like play with pipe cleaners.
Uh-huh.
Just make action figures out of
I
pipe
haven't
cleaners.
any idea what you're talking about.
Just make action figures out of pipe cleaners, and then like
Oh.
make. There's this popular game that used to be back in the day called Spiral the Dragon,
I haven't any idea what you're talking about.
and he would just make paper spirals out of it.
No, nice.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
great.
I did not.
It actually looked
No,
like
see
Spiral
what I
the
did?
Dragon.
No, what I did? No, because I ripped up my dad's check when I was doing this. So what I
Yeah,
did?
he ripped up Dad's check.
So what I did? I grabbed the paper. No, because I just saw it as a dragon. So I didn't know it was gonna do no harm. So I just picked it up and I looked at it. And then the next thing I know, it was ripped up.
And how
That's all
old
I
were
know.
you?
Oh, this is yesterday. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
no, I was about I was about 12 when I did.
You
it.
were 12.
Yeah, he was 12 when he
Oh.
did this.
No, I'm
We-
just playing.
It was actually one time when we were making comic books and we
Yeah.
were showing them to school.
No, I wasn't really 12.
It was, it wasn't be allowed to be shown at school because of some of the stuff we had in it, but people loved it.
Right.
Like the week we got out of school for like a couple of days.
Right.
The week we came back to school, we had people asking, LJ, let me see your comics. Do you like this
Great,
one? Do you like
great,
that one?
great.
And it would stir up controversy all around the school.
This is a DJ Underground, man. First off, it didn't stir up controversy. What it stirred up is a whole bunch of detentions. And then I almost got grounded. That's what it stirred up.
Yeah, so
Well, those things do happen. Those things do happen. Well, now, are your parents tough on you when it comes to grades?
Yes.
yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, I couldn't read my books for 2 weeks until I got my grades up.
But that's good. That's
That was
good.
the worst thing that happened to me.
Well, listen, I had to bring home all A's, and if I didn't bring home all A's, I got a spanking.
No, they're not that tough. But see, what had happened was if I didn't bring home the exceeds expectations,
Right.
then I couldn't read my Harry Potter books for a week.
All right.
And that killed me.
I
man.
hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, we were allowed to watch TV, but you can't read your Harry Potter books, or you can't play Pokemon,
that's
or
the worst
you can't
thing
go
ever, yeah.
anywhere else. I mean,
You can do anything, you just can't
I
read.
can't,
just
even
can't
bear, I
read
can't
or-
even bear thinking about it right now.
Well, you know what, though? The thing is that they have your best interest, okay? Because if I hadn't have gotten all those A's, I wouldn't have been able to go to nursing school because it cost $350 for 3 years. And my mother didn't have $350, okay? And because I got the A's, my guidance counselor got me a scholarship from the Daughters
mean-
of the American Revolution.
Oh, nice.
Okay, she just didn't tell him I was a little colored
me
girl.
and,
Yeah.
me and my brothers, we
Good.
just,
Yes, we must always keep in mind because
Absolutely.
I mean-
like with school,
It's
if I
important.
the Sorcerer's Stone, there wouldn't be a Deathly Hallows. And
Say that again?
no,
he's talking about the book Harry Potter, but like we were like
Okay.
we were always like misfits in high school. We
Okay.
never
Yep,
fit
I
in.
was too. I was too.
And
I
like,
was not. I happen to have been quite the jock.
yeah.
But no,
Yeah, he's the starting quarterback, and no.
I mean, like there were times where like we always like had like each other
Yes, yes.
doing stuff. I mean, nobody else was there. I mean, we had like family that were there, but
Right.
I'm just gonna be honest. Like, we knew people that were there, and they weren't trying to help us. Only some of them were.
Right.
And they really didn't see our vision as much. Only some of them.
And that's a hard thing. That's a
Yeah.
very hard thing. But you know what? You just keep on doing what you're doing because it's important and it makes you happy. And, you know, for me, I am so glad that I was able to get to go to nursing school and then to become a health educator. And, you know, and that's how I got to UVA. So I wouldn't even be doing this show if I hadn't have gotten to
Yeah.
UVA. So all these
Yeah.
things work out for a good reason.
Yeah, we
everything
wouldn't have
happens
had
for a
our-
reason.
I mean, we wouldn't have had our comic book if we hadn't have met Dell.
All right, see?
Because we wouldn't have known a computer technician.
Ah, okay.
And I couldn't have done it because
That's great.
I suck
Yeah.
at it. But
So
still.
Dale, you do the computer part of it,
Yeah.
okay? So that has to be really tricky, isn't it?
Not too bad. I'm kind of like computer genius, so
Oh,
that helps.
okay.
And yeah, a little arrogance, but that's okay.
Yeah, you
But no, I'm pretty good. But it takes a lot of just time, and you have
Yes,
to just
I bet.
because scanning at each page, then having to clean all the lines up, and then edit the
Wow.
text and everything.
Yeah, so that takes you quite a while.
It takes a while.
Yeah. So how many books have you gotten together?
3.
Well, yeah, they've both done. They're working on the 3rd volume right now.
Great.
And the first book we already have like scanned in and cleaned up and ready to go.
Right.
And then the second book we haven't got to yet because we had to do some pages from the 3rd book.
Right.
Because we're getting into the festival of the book.
Right.
So,
right. Well,
to give them a
you're going to
sample.
find the Festival of the Book exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
And
I hope so.
it's awesome. It's all over Charlottesville, and you have people coming from all over. And it's an amazing experience. Yes.
All right, so I got like one important question
Okay.
for the book festival.
Uh-huh.
Is there any food?
Oh. Oh, yes, there is food.
Okay.
There's food.
Like Golden Corral?
Oh, I don't know.
They closed.
I don't know. The Golden Corral's not there anymore. It's Hibachi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hibachi Grill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots of times you have to get your own food, but there are some places where they have food.
Oh, giraffes.
Because you're traveling all over the city, and
All over the city?
Yeah, all over.
all over the city.
I didn't
It's
know that. I thought it was all
everywhere.
downtown. That's
It's
cool.
downtown. It's in some of the schools. It's everywhere. It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Cool.
Sometimes it's city council.
City council?
City council. Yeah.
City
Well-
council, did you say? Funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
I
So
will
there's a
say-
lot there.
That what the topic of our book is, because you haven't
Yeah.
really.
Okay.
What the topic of our book is, like I said, it speaks about bullying.
And I think that's an important piece.
No, I mean, there's more to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's this supernatural thing we got going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a bit.
So you're dealing with bullying in the schools.
Yes.
That's what your book is about?
Yes.
I think that's awesome because that is a big issue in the schools. And what made you decide to do that?
I
Being
was
bullied.
we enjoy. I mean, we've been doing these comic book ideas since we were like 7, but we've been copying other ideas. We didn't know what to do with them.
Right.
Then we finally came out and said, "Well, we'll just do a book about bullying that really suits
Me?
our lifestyle."
You said that. I said
No,
we should
you
write
said
about
that too.
donuts, man.
Who's gonna read a comic book about donuts?
Simpsons do it all the time.
But you know that I hope that you will get that book out because I think it's an important topic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And children should not have to go to school and deal with that.
No, definitely not.
No.
It's hard enough as it is. You don't have to deal with that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I can identify with that because I got chased home when I was in middle school a lot.
Okay, people, I am now finished with my picture.
All right,
I'm
you gotta
sorry
put
for
it. You
cutting
gotta
you
put it
off,
up
Miss
on the
Hilda.
table.
This is William Shakespeare. Oh, no, it's not. No.
Who is
This
that?
This is my character.
And what's your character's name?
William Shakespeare. No, I'm just playing. His name is Sid.
Sid. Okay, Sid. All right, excellent.
So,
Sid's hair is wild.
yeah, it's supposed to be well.
All right.
Because I thought of William Shakespeare when I drew this.
Okay. Well, we don't have much time left. A half hour is gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
Almost.
No,
yeah.
it's almost
3
gone
minutes.
because the guy gave us a little 5-minute sign. So
Yeah, so we're still good.
5 minutes is 25
What would you like?
minutes.
What would you like to say to end the show?
Okay,
Okay.
to Hopewell and that guy who bullied me back when I was on the bus. Shame on you, man. You know what? I did nothing. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, shame on you, man.
Okay.
I remember when I got thrown off the bus and okay.
All right.
Jeffrey,
And Jared, what would you like to say?
what I like to say?
Yeah,
No,
you're
you already said
Jared.
it.
Jeffrey.
No.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey, what would you like to say?
We're allowed to give shout outs, right?
Sure.
All right. Shout out to a couple of people that were very good friends with me in Hopewell. Justin Odom, Justin Belshin, and I'd like to give a shout out to my old stepbrother, Damone Epps.
All right.
Damone!
Okay.
Oh, can I give one more shout out?
Well, we got to get to
Yeah,
Dale
one.
first.
Yeah.
Dale, what would you like to say to end the show?
Thanks for watching.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Sounds good. And you have something else, Jared?
Yeah, I got something. All right,
Oh, okay.
So what we're gonna do, shout out to Monticello in Albemarle in Charlottesville because it's Charlottesville. And my father right there, Cyrus Dede, hi there. And shame on you from that guy in Hopewell, man. How could you do that to me? That hurt me.
It's over now. It's over. You're going to beat out him.
You're
That's
right.
right.
I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm just glad I was the better man about this.
That's right.
So I'm going to walk away.
Oh, well, listen, it has been quite an experience having
fun?
you all on this show. And I've enjoyed it immensely, and it's been fun.
One more thing,
Yes, go ahead.
another picture I've been working on.
Okay, you got another picture?
Yeah.
All right.
It's actually one of the facial expressions of my character. How he looks.
Okay.
Facial expression over here.
And yes, they have no tops of the heads, but it's really
Yes,
cool.
that's the whole ideal of it.
You have to like
Facial
fill it in
expression.
your own head. It's like it's really
Capsule time. Facial
Okay.
It's like nothing
Okay,
else.
You actually never put a head
No.
on?
No, we never put a head on there.
Oh, my goodness.
But it's really cool. when you
Yeah,
see it.
Yeah.
And this is another picture I drew just now.
That.
Beautiful for the set. Right, pan down, right here. Right here.
Now,
This
what is
is-
that, Jared?
This is a classic video game character.
Oh,
He is
what
a
it?
pie with a slice cut out his mouth.
Okay.
Pac-Man, man.
Pac-Man.
You know it, man. And this is William Shakespeare right here, man.
Boy. Jared, are you funny like this all the time?
No, actually, I just took my inhaler, so.
Oh, boy.
He likes the camera.
I think so. I get that feeling. Yes, yes.
And again, I love my mother, my stepmother, my father,
Yeah,
my
it's all
grandparents.
out there.
And shame on you, Hopewell guy.
All right, you go.
All right, that's enough.
That's enough.
man.
That's enough.